Monsieur Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bësal mu fine.
What?
Bësal mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave acts in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills, and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Bësal mu fine. Wave, your money is yours.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
In the Gambia, we all move to different paces. Time is money, convenience is power, and now both are in your hands. No more long lines, no more late payments, no more missed chances, not anymore. Because now the Gambia has its own super app, Zap. One app, one tap, endless convenience. Send money instantly, pay your bills in seconds, shop without borders, pay your rides, order your meal, buy your ticket, deposit and withdraw money for absolutely free. No extra charges, no hidden fees, only on Zap Super App. This is not just convenience. This is confidence. This is the future in your hands. And the best part, Zap is born right here. Built for us, designed for every Gambian home, every Gambian dream. So don't wait in the past. Step into the future. Download Zap today on App Store and Play Store and enjoy endless free services. Call us today on our toll-free number 1666 or on 260-0001. Zap, all in one, all for you. Tap in, zap in.
It's Tuesday, 25th of November 2025, and you're with Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. It's almost 7 minutes past 9 o'clock in the morning. The Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services is here with us. Usually I will just go straight over to him, but I want to start today with a text. Good morning, Uncle Peter. I am Lamin Fati, currently living in Spain. Dr. Ceesay is my brother, and today, 25th November, is his birthday. I am very sure he will be in your studio for his routine Tuesday briefing on government programs and policies. I want to wish him a happy birthday using one of my old Facebook posts, which I think he will find interesting and funny. Please read this birthday message I wrote to him 4 years ago on my Facebook page, which I doubt he had seen or read before. And here's that post. As a staunch Arsenal fan, I remember him wearing an Arsenal jersey with his name Ismaila and number 25 written at the back. Back then, Adebayo was the player wearing squad number 25 for Arsenal. When I asked, why do you prefer number 25 over 4 and 14 when Cesc Fabregas or Thierry Henry were better players than Adebayo, he replied, number 25 is symbolic in my life. It mirrors my birthday. From that day, whenever it's November 25th, I reminisce the born date of the most humble, loving, caring, and compassionate brother and leader who is considerate, awe-inspiring, and innovative. Thus, on this precious day of your life, I wish you, Ya Allah's incessant blessings, guidance, and mercy. Now, this is in Mandinka. I am going to destroy it completely. Alama na tolbe timala simaya ba aning jata kendeya ba kono. Amin. A blessed birthday to Gambia's erudite Dokuta. Happy birthday, Doc.
Thank you.
You never told me today was your birthday.
I'm not a fan of birthdays.
So you're not celebrating today?
I don't celebrate birthdays. I've never celebrated one. Except if people sometimes do surprise celebrations. But I also don't even like when I get emotional if people wish me happy birthday. I don't like the attention.
You get emotional?
I don't like the attention.
What gets you
I don't
emotional?
I don't like the attention. That's why sometimes
And when you are emotional, what happened? You shed tears?
I nearly cried by listening to
did?
this.
I should read this again.
This is the biggest surprise I've had so far. It's a big surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I thank Lamin for this very good message. It just made my day, and I think I'm going to have a very good birthday starting with this.
Oh, fantastic. Probably your boss will call you after this and say, happy birthday.
Well,
and then maybe the First Lady will invite you over for a coffee and a piece of cake.
Perhaps.
Yeah, very good. Or maybe the staff, having, learnt now, will scramble a party in the next, 50 minutes, knowing that, that's the time you have it. Anyway, congratulations once again. Happy birthday, and welcome back to your platform.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning. The tour is going well. It's one of the best Meet the People's tour I have witnessed in modern times. Not only the quality of the projects and the quality of the statements from the meetings, but also the quality of the interactions the president is having with the citizens, but also the crowd, the love, the passion, and the appreciation that people show the president during this tour. It's unprecedented. Yesterday he wasn't supposed to stop at Tanje, he was going to Gunjur to do some side visits for some road constructions, and they blocked him at Tanje, and the people came out, enormous, a huge crowd, to thank him for the hard work he's doing. And then I was in Jambanjeli as well. We were supposed to visit some mixed farming center, their training center, and I was shocked by the way the people of Jambanjeli mobilized themselves, young people, women, coming to show love to the president. So it's a good tour. Like I said the last time, the tour has entered its penultimate phase. It's now in the West Coast region. We started in Kalaji when the president was received by the governor of West Coast region, and we had a meeting in Bondali. That is the first meeting in West Coast. Then in Bullock. Then after that, we had a meeting in Brikama, and yesterday in Busumbala. The president is traveling today at 11 a.m. this morning.
To where?
To Morocco.
What's going on in Morocco?
The president is going to attend what they call the Me Days Forum, M-E, as in capital letters, Days Forum. It's a major annual international conference in Tangier. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the word right.
Yeah,
Morocco.
Tangier.
The purpose of the forum, it focuses more on African development issues, Euro-Mediterranean relations, global security and diplomacy, energy and climate policy, investment and economic transformation. It's attended by heads of states and ministers, CEOs and business leaders, international organizations and policymakers. This year we have 4 presidents attending: the president of the Central African Republic, the president of Sierra Leone, the president of Liberia, and the president of the Republic of the Gambia. So the president is going to Morocco today.
Do you know why these 4 were selected?
I'm not
particularly
sure.
Our president.
I'm not sure. I don't have that information. I know these 4 are attending this year based on the information I've received doing my own research. And the tour starts again on Saturday. We are going to Sifo for a meeting. Then after Sifo, we enter KM. We'll have meetings in Bundung. Then I think in Bakau, if I'm not mistaken. Then the final will be in Banjul.
Nothing in my area, London Corner?
Bundung is your area. It's the same neighborhood.
Bundung is after me.
I can walk from Bundung to London.
It's after me. Bundung is behind me.
Yeah, but it's the same neighborhood.
Yeah, okay.
When I was young, I couldn't know
differentiate
where the border was.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's like Dipokunda and even London Corner.
Yes.
People, make certain parts of Dipokunda London Corner.
Yes. So let me go ahead with regards to the tour still.
Sure.
Now we go to the substance of the tour. The president announced, during the tour, the tour has 4 different aspects. Like last time I was out, I explained that. 1 is the road inspections and the project inspections. 2 is the rallies, the meet with the people. But 3, not 4. 3 is
what the opposition brands political. That's the political
3
part
is the
of it.
behind-the-scene interactions the president has with different people from different walks of life across the country, from 8 a.m. to 4, sometimes from 7 a.m. to 3, in and out, people coming to talk about their communities, their gardens, their mosques, their churches, different things, and the president supports them and has time for each and every one of these groups. So as part of the road project, the president announced the construction of 50-kilometer new roads in the Central River region. Central River region is one of the most, the statistics are shown that's one of the most communities that has not really had enough development in modern times. And the president is trying to change that. So what the president is doing basically is to remove the dichotomy between rural and urban. That is the president's vision, so that when you come to the Gambia, no matter where you are, you will still be. The president basically wants to urbanize the country. If you go
turn
to
the Gambia into a city-state.
If you go to the UK, if you go to London and you go to Newcastle or you go to Glasgow, it's the same amenities, the same facilities, the same services. You wouldn't know why it's rural, why it's urban. Yes, in the UK there are rural areas where the farming communities are, but it's not that huge. So what we want to do now is to remove that dichotomy.
Tell a Londoner that you're from Newcastle and see how they will respond. Huh?
No, not from Newcastle. What I'm saying in terms of, for example, why should people in Banjul or Brikama have more services, more amenities than the people living in Basse or Fonye? The president wants to remove that divide. That is why the president is investing in CRR by building 50 kilometers of new roads in the region to enhance connectivity, to enhance agriculture, trade, and access to schools and healthcare facilities. Now, the president visited several ongoing development projects as well. This include the Yerokunda Agricultural Animal Husbandry Center, which is providing training and employment for young people in the CRR, the Sinchu Dembel Agricultural Business Training Center, the Sahel Agribusiness Rice Fields, the Amdalai Bantanto Water Borehole Project, but also the Minister of Lands also announced plans to fence grazing zones to mitigate farmer-herder conflicts in that region. Now, the president also highlighted project developments in skills training, agriculture, and infrastructure during his visit to Insight Vocational Training Center in URR. He also emphasized the importance of skills training. But yesterday, what is important, not yesterday, a couple of days ago, the president visited the University of Gambia. I think it's Lot 3, I can't remember, but they are building 2 new schools, this School of Law and the School of Agriculture. The president also made side visits there. And then yesterday, he visited what they call the Mixed Farming Training Center in Jambanjeli. Now, what is this? This was built in 2019 by the Chinese government, and they dispatched 12 agricultural experts to the Gambia to implement 2 phases of the China-Gambia Agricultural Technology Cooperation project with a total investment of $6.83 million. Now, the project focuses on high yield demonstration of and promotion of hybrid rice, localized rice seed production and breeding, screening, purification, and rejuvenation of maize and millet varieties, vegetable cultivation demonstration, mechanized production demonstration, agricultural technology training, and supporting agricultural engineering construction. It aims to help Gambia improve its food security and promote agricultural modernization and socio-economic development. But after 6 years of continuous implementation, the project has achieved breakthroughs in the rice sector, and this is happening in our backyard in Jambanjeli. A full mechanization demonstration of machine tillage, transplanting, harvesting, processing has been done and is completed. The average yield of hybrid rice in the CRR now is 9.2 tons per hectare, and conventional rice exceeded 7 tons per hectare, with the highest yield reaching 10.8 tons per hectare under farmer self-management conditions. 2 hybrid rice varieties, the GMB I123 and GMB 221, have been successfully included in the Gambian variety catalog. The 2 phases of the project have cumulatively transferred 18.2 tons of locally purified and rejuvenated conventional rice seeds, 22 tons of rice paddies, and 6 tons of rice grains to the Gambia side, along with 116 sets of rice production machinery and equipment. Now, finally, regarding vegetables, the demonstration area showcased over 40 varieties throughout the year, identifying 26 superior vegetable varieties adapted to local conditions, effectively enriching the local production structure. The project has provided technical training to over 2,600 people, significantly improving the production capacity of grassroots agricultural technicians, cooperatives, and farmers. Sangajo Dasilame Road also was visited as part of the visit of the president, and the president also handed over keys to 8 newly constructed boreholes to the West Coast Region Governor for Fonye Block and Fonye Bintang. So these are part of the visits the president had made, the side visits for us to know, and this I'm very impressed and very passionate about this training center, this mixed farming training center. If you go there, you'll be amazed. Huge land, huge infrastructure, built by the Chinese, focusing more on what they call green. They have these greenhouses there, and it's a new form, innovative form of agriculture, just to ensure that we are rice self-sufficient. Now, then I have 3 press releases, and this is for the updates. 1, the president will attend the middays, which I've already discussed. I don't need to go through that. The other press release has to do with an oil spill. On November 19, an oil spill occurred during discharge of heavy fuel oil from the vessel MT Dory at the Gambia Petroleum Fuel Storage Depot. Gambia Petroleum halted the discharge, and a multi-agency response was activated. The oil spill affected the shoreline near Albert Market, Ferry Terminal, State House, and former radio seat. Cleanup efforts are scheduled to commence on Tuesday, November 23rd, which is today. An investigation will be conducted.
Today is November 25th.
Okay.
It's your birthday. You should know that.
Sorry, 25th. It's 25th. My eyes, I'm growing old, Peter, now. So my eyes, it's November 25th, sorry, not 23rd. An investigation will be conducted, and enhanced monitoring and stricter compliance measures will be implemented. Now, if anybody has seen anything unusual, you can call the GMA, Gambia Maritime Agency, or the National Environment Agency, or the National Disaster Management Agency, or the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority. And finally, the final press release has, no, not final, another one has to do with food safety now. Media reports has it that the market has been flooded with expired flour. Now, the Food Safety and Quality Authority of the Gambia responded to these reports. The flour in particular is branded Hard Spring. It was imported by Shaben A. Mahdi and Sons in 3 consignments and 36,600 bags. However, although initially deemed safe subsequent inspections revealed that 24,600 of these bags had deteriorated due to poor storage conditions, rendering them unfit for human consumption. The flour was confiscated, and a recall is underway. Now, FSQA, which is the Food Safety Quality Authority, recommends processing the flour into animal feed to protect consumer health. And finally, the government of the Gambia informs the public that Mr. Issa Chiroma Bakari arrived in the country on the 7th of November 2025. Mr. Bakari is Cameroonian opposition leader who contested in the recently conducted elections in the Republic of Cameroon. He's being hosted temporarily in the Gambia, purely on humanitarian, and I repeat, purely on humanitarian grounds, in the spirit of African solidarity and for the purpose of ensuring his safety while discussions continue to pursue a peaceful and diplomatic resolution to post-election tensions in Cameroon. The government of the Gambia reaffirms its commitment to the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all AU countries and to the principle that the Gambia will not be used as a base for subversive activities against any state. The government is engaging with relevant regional partners, including the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to support peaceful and negotiated outcome, and will continue to keep the Gambian public updated. So these are the updates from the government.
Now, I want us to get more information on Chiroma's presence here. Because if he arrived on the 7th, why would it take 2 weeks? And after initial reports by Dr. Ibrahim Ceesay in Birmingham, UK, for the government to admit that the guy was definitely in this country?
I'm not aware of that report by Dr. Ibrahim Ceesay. Government is doing what it's supposed to do. The only information I have is that he's here purely on humanitarian ground. I can give no further information on this issue, unfortunately, because I don't have it.
Okay, and he's here for how long?
I don't have any further information on this issue. What I know is that he's here, and discussions are underway to have a negotiated outcome. That's all I can give for now.
Discussions between who and who?
Well, like I said, I have no further information on this issue, unfortunately.
Okay. Where is he housed?
I have no information on that.
Okay. Where did he enter the Gambia from?
I have no information. Like I said, the only information I have is in this press release. Apart from that, I have no further information.
The suggestion is Nigeria offloaded him to us here in the Gambia to avoid, diplomatic complications between Nigeria and Cameroon.
I have no further information on this. I have no information. The only information I have is what is contained in the press release. After that, I have no information.
Okay. All right. So if Dr. Ceesay had not reported on Chiroma's presence, probably we would not have had an admission from the government.
Well, Dr. Ceesay is part of the government.
Dr. Ceesay is part of the government?
And speaks for the government.
He's part of the government and speaks for the government?
Yeah. Oh, you mean Dr. Ceesay? Oh, okay, I thought you said me. Okay.
I should have been specific. Dr. Ibrahim Ceesay in the UK, Birmingham.
Well, I'm not aware of his report. What I know is that government did what it's supposed to do, and we proactively,
I have the report.
You see, government has a policy of proactive disclosure, and in this case, government proactively informed the Gambian public.
No, he was here since the 7th. We knew about Chiroma's presence, thanks to Dr. Ibrahim Ceesay, and it was only after when I got the information shared by Dr. Ceesay forwarded to me. I reached out to the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, and his response is, we will give information about this. And it was about 24 hours after I reached out to him for, confirmation of the information, that the government put out a statement. And I'm saying, if you claim that the government is proactive, this guy was here, 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks before, Ibrahim Ceesay informed the rest of the world that the leader of the opposition in Cameroon, a man who claims, to be the official winner of a contested election was in this country. We should have known about this.
As a responsible government, we give information as and when necessary. To the public.
Until Dr. Ceesay gave out information, it wasn't necessary to inform them.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
because the guy is here at the taxpayers' expense. He's not being hosted by you. He's not being hosted by Adam Abaro from his pocket. He's being hosted here at the expense of the Gambian taxpayer.
Well, I don't know about that. At whose expense? What I can tell you is, as a government, we believe in proactive disclosure, and in this case, we've informed the public as at when we think is the right time to inform the public.
Okay, all right.
And nobody influenced our decision as to the timing of that information.
No, we're simply saying that the information could have come from you first.
But it came from us first,
no,
as far as we know.
No, let's be honest.
Well, I'm not aware of that. What I know is that
the press release was reactive to the information put out there by Dr. Ibrahim Ceesay.
As someone who's from within, it's not reactive, it is proactive.
Okay.
The timing might be coincidence perhaps, because like I said, I'm not aware of that. I only saw your message, in fact, and many other messages after. But what I'm saying is that we, as a responsible government, we are very careful with how we give information in a manner in which it is for the interest of the public. And what was my
message seeking? Confirmation or denial of the information that was shared.
We give information,
which means that there was information before you people came up with clarification. Basically, it was just
like I said. I think all those we can debate on those. What is important in this manner is that he's in the country on humanitarian grounds and has been given sanctuary, and Gambia is known as a
which we all understand and appreciate.
I think for now that is what is
important. Government for it. Yes. Okay, let's move on. Let's go back to the Meet the People tour. What's your assessment of media reporting of the tour?
Well,
is it balanced? Is it reflective of what is going on?
It depends.
Has the president been presented in a manner that does not reflect maybe even his demeanor, his actions, during the tour?
Well, I think sometimes we need to understand what media are we talking about. We live in a society, in a context where now media has been decentralized. Traditional media, for me, has been very fair on their reporting. I've not seen any cases where there is unfair reporting. So sometimes we have people on social media who call themselves media houses. They're not media. I don't consider them to be media. These are people who just run their websites and they call themselves journalists. Now, we cannot really judge and make an assessment of the entire media landscape by the actions of a few people. But what is disappointing particularly was yesterday, and I don't blame the media for that.
What happened yesterday?
The president, in his speech in Brikama, his speech really outlined the activities and the achievements that his government has brought to the people of West Coast region. And he highlighted all the achievements from water to electricity, to healthcare, to education, to roads, to agriculture, women empowerment, youth empowerment. He outlined his achievement. It took him over half an hour to talk about these issues one by one. But yesterday's report, if you look at the media, the online media, not the traditional, the focus was on his response to the chair, not response, but I mean, if it was even a policy response to, it wasn't something vindictive. It was not done in a manner in which it was out of ill faith. It was a response to a policy declaration made by the chairman of West Coast region that if UDP comes to power, they will give each constituency $5 million, I think $5 or $10 million, and that's a policy statement. And I think every government has a right to respond to those policies. Nothing personal, but the media reports just focused on that and overshadowed everything that the president said, particularly when he gave a summary of the investments his government has done in West Coast region, amounting to over $33 billion. Higher education investment from 2017 to date in West Coast region is $5.956 billion. Investments in basic and secondary education in West Coast region alone from 2017 is $500 million. In road construction, $7.8 billion. In healthcare, $3.5 billion. Electricity, $7.3 billion. Water, $7.6 billion. Agriculture, livestock, and food security, over $500 million. And women empowerment, $17.9 million. This only in West Coast region, totaling $33 billion is in West Coast region, the investments done there. This was the focus of the president's speech. Now, the talk issue about what's happening in West Coast with the council, the markets, this was a footnote to his speech. But unfortunately...
What did he say about what was happening to the market, that it was not being developed?
That the West Coast Area Council is not fulfilling their mandate as a council in providing proper markets for the people, market facilities, in making sure that secondary roads are properly taken care of, but also in cleaning, making sure that they provide proper cleaning and waste collection. They are not doing it. So they failed in their responsibility. And that's what the president was telling the people of West Coast, that the purpose of area councils is to, we've devolved some responsibilities to them. One is market construction and market maintenance and safety of markets. Two is the maintenance and building of secondary roads. Three, waste collection. But he is telling them that this particular council has failed in their responsibility. That is pure. That is normal politics.
So he just made a general reference to council without naming Yankuba Dabo, the chair, per se.
But if you make a reference about how the Gambia is being governed, you have to talk about President Maboro because he's the leader.
Okay,
so you cannot talk about.
So he couldn't avoid mentioning
he cannot,
Yankuba
because
Dabo.
he's the leader of the. It's like, for example, if today Keir Starmer is talking about issues in London and wants to avoid talking about what's his name, Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London. It's not possible because he is the leader of West Coast region. So if there are failures, fundamental failures, in leadership failures in that particular council, you cannot talk about it without talking about the person who's leading it in that context. But there was a footnote of the president's speech. The main part of the president's speech focused on what he's done for West Coast region in terms of higher education. Now, if I want to really, I have about 15 slides. If I want to talk about each achievement, we'll spend the night here. Just West Coast region. I'll just focus on what I think is really important here in this case. In education,
why is West Coast region so important to the president that he would spend so much time detail, every butut that was poured into the development of the region?
Last census I checked, over 40% of the people live in West Coast region. It's not in political. It's just how the demography is. If you have a compound where many people are living, because the West Coast region now, imagine, out of the whole country, over 40% of the people live in West Coast region. Yeah. And it is now...
Well, you can see why, because settlements like Salaji and all of that all fall under the West Coast region, even though I think that there should be a redrawing of boundaries.
Well, that can be a debate we can have.
When this was being done in the colonial era through the 70s, 80s, there was a reason.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the issue is that because of how West Coast is now, it stretches from Kalaji in Funyi all the way to Katong, coming all the way to the border of between Kirserij and Kololi. It's huge.
Yes.
With over 40% of the population.
I don't understand how Kirserij, can
exactly.
West Coast region.
So he invested $500 million in education West Coast region by building over 377 classrooms. But The most important thing I'm talking about, and I want to focus on that because it's important, just finally. The president is building the Jaliba Road, the Jaliba Junction Access Road, building the Gunjur Kunkujang Jambanjeli Road, the Gunjur Nyofele Road, the Kalaji Bondali Road, the Jorem Nemakunda, Jorem Bunda Kunda Road, the Slami Sangajo Road, Kamfenda Tintimba Road, Jiboro Som Road. Most of these are, all of them are ongoing as we speak, and they cost a lot of money. Now, the Farado Bojang Kunda Bafloto Road, Lamin Babylon Makumbaya Road, Sinchu Welingara Kunkujang Ketaya Road, Welingara Abuko Abatua Road, Tabokoto Abuko Banjulingdin Road, Makumbaya Bafloto Road, Oluyundum Jabang Road, Juma Yuna Jambur Road, Jambur Banyaka Road, Brikama Kasa Kunda Road. All these roads are ongoing. Now, the Kakume Gunjur Kunkujang Sanyang Kunkujang Mariama Kunda Road, Kunkujang Mariama Road, Faratu Telecenter, Jambur Brikama Jalambang, Gunjur Highway Beachside, Sanyang Highway Beachside, Brufut Madiana Banya Road, Banya Kang Kunkujang Mariama Road, Gunjur Town Road. All these road constructions that are ongoing just to make sure. In fact, it's more the addendums. Also building a waste treatment center in West Coast region, National Pharmaceutical Stores, National Pharmaceutical Complex, the Biam General Hospital. So it's a lot of the health centers, and so I have all these slides about all the investments in West Coast region. Okay. If I want to take my time and go through these investments in water, in agriculture, in education, in healthcare, in roads, in women empowerment, in youth empowerment. In fact, finally, before I forget, the last slide, in fact, I think it's important. And this has to do with women empowerment. 17.9 million for West Coast region alone. 131 women groups benefited from this. And this is important for the public to know that the president, all these investments, I cannot tell you the percentage of this in terms of the structure of which one is donor funded, which one is from the local government funds. We call it LGF. What I can tell you is that it's because of the president's prudent use of public resources, his reforms in public finances, his stance to fight corruption and leakage in government. That is why the president is having this windfall of this money to invest in people so people can have services.